Hey, Scar Not Silent. This is Rodney G. And I apologize. I had some issues with some equipment, so it had led me into the latest day ever. But I'm here. Like I said, if you wake up, you got a purpose. I still got a purpose. And so today we're going to get right into it. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the mini session. As I told you already, I'm in the mini session. And the mini session is technically season one. But however, the show itself, Scarred Not Silent, is season three. And today is identity. What I learned about identity. And I guess when we talk about identity, we talk about um, ourselves, who we are, what we discovered about ourselves. And many times we don't know until there's some type of trauma or tragedy and we're in it. And then we find a way out of it. And a lot of times we find our identity like that. So for most of my life, I thought my identity has always uh, been a kind person, respectful. Also, I'm not all. I don't allow people to take advantage of me. Sometimes it may look like that because I'm really, really respectful, like and ultra kind. That's just how I practice. However, right, I do have I mean, I can have that tendency to snap, right? And snap doesn't mean to kill somebody, but snap just means to uh, not back down and not retreat. Um, kind of specifically, when we talk about that situation is when I went to college. I've always been like a mild manner guy, like through high school, and I didn't go parties until I graduated high school. I didn't start to go to parties, but when I got to college, it allowed me not to change, but to be away from home and to open up. Like, because in my neighborhood in Des Moines, Iowa, is not the largest. Like, if you're acting out, somebody might see you. In my family, on my mom's side is huge, but getting out of the town allowed me to find a different identity, which also forced me to um, had to stick up for myself because it's no longer like a lot of people had friends from the same city there. And I was still in Iowa, but I didn't have friends in Dubuque. Um, so it kind of led me to be more like uh, tough for say, for the lack of better words. Some kids were from Chicago, from like the south side of Chicago, the west side of Chicago, Milwaukee. I'm from Des Moines, right? And so when they hear Des Moines, they think, oh, didn't even know they had black people type of situation. So then I established my identity, which I have always boxed and, you know, for the most part, uh, like I said, mild manner, but if I had to, I could defend myself. So that was like one of them identity situations. But getting the kidney disease uh, kind of pushed me to find another identity, which is to see this disease as something other than a disease, but how can I empower myself and others who are going through this? And most of the times it happens when you least expect it. So it just made me, I think, more strong of a person than I was before. Identity, I don't think it really shifts me as to being mean or to be regretful or hate God and become evil or nothing like that. I think it just allowed me to be more mindful of my health and also to be more resilient than I already was, which I had to be resilient early on anyway. So I would say probably that's the most of what I say identity. It allowed me to become more of a spokesperson per se for what I was going through. And I continue to do that. So I think that's it. I think that was just a good description. Identity wasn't a massive change for myself, but it allowed me also to, you know, dig down deeper and discover what I can do with this disease, or I can sit and basically lay in it and let it take me out. And I wasn't ready to go that route. So once again, thank you for being here. And I know, like I said, it was a late edition, late, but things happen. We keep moving, persevere, look at the brighter side, considering it is like 80 degrees in Arizona and some people are freezing right now. So, I mean, can I really complain about that? I don't. I could complain, but what am I complain about? Bad weather when it's beautiful outside? Probably not. Anyway, if you are in the cold, be safe, get warm if you can. If you can't, find a place to get warm. Ask for help. Well, always ask for help. This is Garden Not Silent, Rodney G. If you wake up, you have a purpose. Bye.